the plan for the statesman today?
Well, strip back to its undies and we're going to give it a bit of a tidy up. We're going to get rid of all the loose surface rust and get it ready for the panel beater to stitch it back together.
And so you're no stranger to these cars, are you, as far as sandblasting and...
Certainly not as far as dealing with rust, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now you've got to be a little bit careful. Obviously with this one we're going to keep the original patina.
Yeah.
So we don't want to be over blasting those areas. We're going to be spot blasting certain areas and just making it easy for the panel beater to do its job afterwards.
For you doing spot spraying, is that kind of makes the job a bit harder, or?
Absolutely, yeah. There's bits we don't want to touch, like the underside of the tape line, door jambs and things like that.
Yeah.
The direction of the blast nozzle is going to be quite important. So we're going to be bringing it down to that area and then sneaking it along. Going to be quite careful. So we can blast over that way, but we can't come down because there's factory paint we want to retain. So
Right.
There's a lot of strength in these areas, so we can hit this with a reasonable force. But when it comes to this sort of thing, you know, we've got to be quite careful. So there's strength in bends and folds, but flat panels, not so much. So this stuff comes out with some pretty serious speed, so we do have to be careful with how we do it.
Okay, so a massive thanks to Carl for getting the sandblasting job done. I'm pretty sure that he was actually meant to be loading up a container with powder coated parts to be shipped over to Australia. Instead, his passion for old HQs kind of overrode that, and we were in there till about 8 o'clock at night getting this job done, so massive thanks to him. So it came up really well. Where things started to go wrong for me was, unfortunately, when I went to buy the Epiphoss to spray it after being sandblasted, they decanted the wrong product for me. So, unbeknownst until the next morning, once it had dried out, it left like a really powdery residue over the whole car. So I had to spend a pretty large number of hours cleaning all that surface, cleaning up all that powdery stuff back off it before I could go over it with PA10 etch primer. So yeah, you live and learn with these things. It was a bit of a mission having to do all that extra work. The other thing is that the floor underneath the back seat was probably in quite a lot worse condition than what we expected, and the reason for that was those bloody mice. You might recall those mice from my startup video that had been living underneath there. Well, they did a pretty good number. They got me pretty good with pissing all over that floor and kind of corroding it away. So yeah, mice kind of got the last laugh at this stage. So once I painstakingly removed all that powdered type stuff and cleaned all that surface back down, I went over it with the PA10 etch primer, and I've primed everything that got sandblasted, so now it's all fully protected from any further rusting. So yeah, between me spilling that raspberry coke on the back seat, the mice pissing all over the back floor, and that being given the wrong product to go over it after being sandblasted, I kind of had a bit of trouble going forward. On the positive side, there's been a lot more progress on the car. So Paul's done some of the smaller patches, which aren't quite as exciting, but they still require quite a bit of time and work. So the patches that are being done now is underneath this corner of the roof, and that was the only part of all that roof structure that needed to be repaired. It came up really well for sandblasting, and so we were really pleased because we thought that the roof the cant rail and so on was going to have to be replaced. So that was pretty cool not having to do that and only needing that one small patch. We've done both. Paul has done these wiper panels. Have now had, they needed some new front pieces put through there. And I've also done the back of these things in a stuff called Brunox, and that's why it's gone that purpley colour, which kind of suits quite well with the colour of the car. You know, it's almost quite a similar colour to what the original purple is. And here's the other wiper panel, which has had the same thing done to it. It's had that patch put down there, and this one also needed a new corner put into it through there. And that same corner where the wiper panel was fixed, it also needed to have another patch put under here on this part. This whole section through here, the name of this escapes me right now, is in really good condition, no need for repairs through there, so that's really cool. And then this, the bigger patch, that's not really a patch, but these sills have now been completed, so that's a completely new outer sill the whole way down. And also there was quite a bit of work done to the inner sills as well. They had to fold up some new pieces for in there, so that's all been primed, all inside there, all blasted, so all that rust was taken out of there. Okay, so progress is going really well. There's a lot of those little patches, often they don't seem like much, but there's as much work involved in some of that small stuff as what there is in the bigger patches, and a whole lot of little patches add up to a lot. So we're progressing really well with this car. The next big thing is going to be these rear wheel housings, and I've got a surprise for you guys when you see what we're going to do to help fix them. Be sure to hit the like button, because that's really helpful for these short videos, so it doesn't get buried under the YouTube algorithm, which is bloody hard to beat. And be sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching.